I need to take you on a track one day.
I think my track days are over after last summer. 225 miles an hour.
Really?
Yes.
That's impressive.
Donington.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
It was, one of those life moments where everything flashes before
In
you.
what?
Brabham B262
Wow.
with David Brabham driving it. And that was actually quite an experience that I will talk about. And I have the video footage
You
of
could
my
call it-
face looking like terrified.
Code Brown.
Yes.
No, it was an experience, and it was an interesting
I
experience
got
for
that.
me
I'm
because
not, I think
Code
that.
Brown. No, I got it.
Okay,
And,
he's just too polite.
no, I
He's
got
glossing
it.
over it.
Yes, there was a Brown
Such
moment.
vulgar
Let's
moment.
move on from that. But it was an experience, and honestly, it was the best and worst moment of my life. And like during that very long few minutes that seemed to go on forever, literally forever, I wanted it to be over. And the minute it was over, I wanted to get back in it again. I don't know how that's even possible, but that was my experience of it.
To be driven by somebody with that kind of talent is...
he looked like he was on a Sunday drive. I mean, he was not phased at all. I was literally terrified.
Well, this is what we get on Veloce. People get out of the car and go, I can't believe how relaxed he was driving at that speed.
No, it was incredible.
Moving on to how the business has expanded and developed. Obviously, you have made reference to things like your events, logistics, the engineering side. Those are all obviously natural progressions from what you were doing here as a core business. Have you got plans to develop further?
We've had 2 very tough years on the event side, and the event side is quite a big bit of our business. So in April 2020, we had 8 international tours lined up. So we start working on those in kind of September, October the previous year. So we were really ready to go with 8 tours, deposits paid, routes planned, clients signed up, and we had to pull the plug on 8 international tours, which was tough. So, and then we got towards the end of the year and it looked like we could do some tours, which then we couldn't. And then we got to March 2021 and it looked like we were going to be able to do tours again, and we couldn't. So it's been, it's been a very I feel like we've actually been in business 4 years, not 6.
Yeah.
We're going to expand the business in quite an organic way. V Engineering, we were approached about a year ago by one of our drivers actually, who comes to Veloce, wanting to set up an engineering business within our facility here. And we didn't have space, and having an engineering business here wouldn't have been right. But it was enormously attractive proposition to have the 2 particular engineers that were going to be involved in the business, and for us as a brand to be involved with them. So we decided to start the business as a joint venture, and we did that over the road at a similar but much smaller facility. And we have the country's leading independent McLaren service centre, also independent Ferrari service centre, with 2 legendary engineers. So that's a great little third leg of the table. So events, storage and management, and engineering. What that 4th leg will be, I don't know. I think the obvious thing for us to do is to sell cars, but that's an area that I've avoided because a number of things. It's not an area I'm particularly interested in, but also there are so many great car dealers in the UK. I think we kind of lead the world in that. We have people who properly know their stuff. And so that's not an area that I think we would want to be involved in, because anything we do, we want to be the very best at, and I don't feel that there's scope for us to do that in that arena. So I think geography is probably the way we will expand. And at the moment, that direction is sort of south of France, Monaco, Saint-Tropez, which is another, 2 great hubs for wealthy car owners.
Doesn't it? We're available.
We're available for the opening anytime.
And the rosé.
Definitely.
But you've also got a connection now, and it's on your website, with collecting cars. Explain about that.
We have indeed. I met Edward probably a couple of years ago now, and just been so impressed by how that business has done. I mean, obviously he knew very well what he was doing. He's very experienced in car sales, but that business has
flying.
It's kind of redefined the way in which cars are sold, and I think everybody is playing catch up with that business now. So we're talking about various ideas for how we might be able to work together, and it struck me that one way that we could help that business and help his clients is to manage the sale process. Owners who don't want to sell cars off their own driveways and have people
Sure.
knocking on their door wanting to come and inspect the cars and all the paperwork and all of that kind of stuff. So we offer a managed sales service for their clients, and it's very simple. We take the car in, valet them, photograph them, do all the paperwork, and answer questions online, and people come and have a look at the cars here as opposed to on their driveway.